Welcome to The Explainer. Today, we're throwing on our financial analyst hats to evaluate a venture that's sending absolute shockwaves through the tech and finance worlds. We're looking at what a lot of investors really believe could become Elon Musk's next trillion-dollar company. We're going to break down exactly how it might reach that massive valuation, looking at the data and the architecture driving it.
Here's our roadmap for today. We'll cover the core AI thesis, the ecosystem advantage, Grok's distribution, robotics revenue, market risks, and our final analyst verdict.
Let's jump into Section 1, the trillion-dollar AI thesis, and analyze xAI's ambitious entry into the market.
So is this Elon Musk's next trillion-dollar company? We're asking this right out of the gate because, surprisingly enough, the next corporate giant in his portfolio might not be Tesla, it might not be SpaceX, and it isn't X. It's actually this entirely new artificial intelligence venture, xAI. What if I told you this company could literally transform robotics, transportation, and potentially the future of human civilization? That's the sheer scale of the thesis we're testing today.
Think back to when xAI officially launched in July of 2023. The narrative seemed totally locked up. OpenAI had ChatGPT, Google had Gemini, and billions of dollars had already been deployed. Conventional wisdom said Musk was just way too late to the party, but as we'll see, their strategy to capture a trillion-dollar market cap was fundamentally different.
Their stated mission is, quote, to understand the true nature of the universe. Now, that sounds super philosophical, right? But in practical business terms, it's a flat-out declaration of war. It sets the stage for xAI to compete directly at the absolute frontier against heavyweights like Anthropic, Google, and OpenAI, rather than just building some niche consumer tool.
Moving to Section 2, the Musk ecosystem advantage and xAI's competitive moat.
If you picture a typical AI startup, they're forced to build their foundational models and user bases from absolute scratch. But xAI? The structural advantage is huge right from day one. It's not a solo venture at all. It operates fully leveraged against the pre-existing Musk corporate ecosystem.
This creates what you'd call the ultimate data flywheel. From Tesla, xAI potentially gets an enormous pipeline of real-world driving data. SpaceX brings global satellite infrastructure to the table through Starlink. And X, that's a massive, continuous stream of real-time human interaction. This combination of proprietary data and global infrastructure creates a barrier to entry that very few competitors on Earth could ever replicate.
Let's look at Section 3, Grok's instant market distribution. This breaks down xAI's go-to-market strategy.
Enter Grok. This is xAI's strategic wedge into the consumer market. It really differentiates itself from legacy chatbots by having a unique personality, offering less restricted responses, and natively pulling in real-time information. It gives frustrated users an immediate alternative.
Here's the kicker from a financial perspective: distribution. By integrating Grok directly into xAI instantly inherited an active audience of millions. They entirely bypassed the billions of marketing dollars that their competitors are burning through just to gain an inch of market share.
Section 4, revenue stream and Tesla robotics. Let's expand the valuation model beyond just software.
Trillions. That is the total addressable market analysts project AI will add to the global economy over the next decade. Trillions, with a T. To put that into perspective, AI could outgrow the entire GDP of several developed nations combined. xAI is actively positioning itself to capture a massive slice of that pie. But how?
The path to a trillion-dollar valuation is all about vertical integration. You see, xAI isn't just a software company. It's being designed as the ultimate operating system for a massive hardware ecosystem. xAI could be the brain powering millions of humanoid Tesla robots. It could be the intelligence layer for global self-driving fleets, the software optimizing Starlink, and literally the OS for future consumer tech. That integration is exactly where these astronomical valuation models come from.
Section 5, market risks for AI entrants. Time to evaluate the bear case for xAI.
Now we gotta bring it back down to earth because success is absolutely not guaranteed here. Any new AI entrant faces a brutal, capital-intensive uphill battle. Securing the astronomical funding needed for constant computing power is tough enough. But beyond the financials, they have to navigate deep AI safety concerns and overcome some really complex global regulations. Any single one of those bottlenecks could severely stall their growth.
And then there's the elephant in the room. Fierce, entrenched competition.
XAI is going to war against giants like OpenAI, Google, Anthropic, and Microsoft. These legacy players definitely aren't standing still. They're deploying tens of billions of dollars into advanced research. So while the Musk ecosystem's moat is incredibly deep, the enemies laying siege to it are extremely well-funded.
Finally, Section 6, Analyst Verdict. Let's conclude our market evaluation.
When we look at the historical data, Musk has a deeply proven track record of jumping into and disrupting industries that the old-school players thought were impossible to touch. He completely transformed the electric vehicle market with Tesla, he totally revolutionized the economics of space exploration with SpaceX, and now he's placing his biggest bet yet on artificial intelligence with XAI.
The race to dominate AI is truly just getting started. As XAI pushes to become the operating system for this unprecedented tech ecosystem, we're left with a massive question. Will its unique data advantages and zero-cost distribution secure a trillion-dollar dominance? Or will those crushing capital costs and a fierce, well-funded opposition break its momentum entirely? It's going to be a fascinating market battle to watch unfold. Thanks so much for joining this explainer. Keep analyzing the data, and we'll catch you next time.